Don't judge a situation until you know all of the details.
I'm telling y'all, people lost their damn mind.
I'ma tell y'all, that video off of Frontier Airlines, where that brother Keanu Evans tore that man out the frame, I ain't never been more proud of to be a black man in America in my life.
So guys, as I was surfing the internet, I came across this incident that happened last week. Did some little bit of research and this is what I found from the internet. This is how the story went. So there is a flight going from Philadelphia to Miami. The passengers were just on board as usual, but there was something unusual about the flight. Two passengers, one with an Indian origin or an Indian descent and one with a black origin, had a confrontation on the airplane, and so many people were confusing like who started the fight. Many people were quick to point at the black dude. So many people went with the story until the truth came out and until the person spoke. So I just want to put a quick disclaimer. The story up to now is alleged and we're just gonna roll with the story based on the charges that have been made or the charges that have been made public as of now. Let's go.
Two passengers on a flight from Philadelphia to Miami. One's name is Ishan Sharma, a brown guy, Indian guy, and the other guy, I don't have his name, the black guy, that's sitting in front of him. He was also a passenger, just doing his thing. So what I've heard and what I've seen and read is allegedly all of this is Ishan Sharma, 21, the Indian guy, makes some, remarks or keeps saying some stuff, and then he goes to the lavatory, comes back, and talks some more crap.
Let's get into this case of F around and find out, because he effed around and found out. Let's get into it. So this person right here decided that he wanted to become the devil on his Frontier flight from Philly to Miami. And guess what? He effed around and found out because he encountered the right one that was not playing with him, okay? He encountered Mr. Evans. Now, Mr. Evans was sitting in front of that man with his headphones on, looking out the window, enjoying the view because the aircraft was getting ready to land in Miami. When some young ladies next to him kept looking back and, it caught his attention. But before he, paid any attention to it, he said he did hear off and on a little bit through his headphones someone laughing, but he paid no attention to it because he thought they were either watching TV or just laughing with somebody in conversation. So the girls kept looking back, so that made him kind of pull his headset back to figure out what was going on. And that's when the young ladies kind of gestured them being uncomfortable to him, and he turns around and, asks the man, is he okay? Are you okay? And that's when he started to talk really demonic towards Mr. Evans right here, calling him immortal, minuscule man, and things like that. Just real evil things. And Mr. Evans was like, are you okay? This is weird. This is not normal, right? So he finally sits back down, puts his headsets back on, and then he decides to go to the restroom. Mr. Evans goes to the restroom. And before he goes back to his seat, he lets the flight attendants know, hey, this man behind me is tripping. He's making threats, and I'm letting you all know if something happens, I'm going to defend myself. And they stated, oh, we are aware of him. Just hit the call.
So yesterday I had brought y'all the video of the guys that was fighting on the Frontier flight. And y'all thought it was appropriate to be fighting in my comments. Watch your mouth, first of all, okay? Watch your mouth. Secondly, I found out who the gentleman was in the dreads because y'all came to my comment section and instead of acting like adults, you came very disrespectful, and I disrespectfully cleared you. I don't expect to have that problem from you again. Will other people try me? I know they will. I know they will. And just like him, I will defend myself. The hands is great. All right. All right. Now, back to the importance of this actual video here. So his name is Keanu, and he said that Good Morning America did not do a investigation into the information being provided to them. They just ran with it. I'm not a reporter. I'm running with what Good Morning America did, and that's on them. He corrected them. I'm not going to tell you the corrections that he made, because what we are going to do, what we're going to do is be respectful and go over to that God-fearing man's profile and listen to him, okay? He did also say go to WSVN. That is the news channel that actually got the story from him, so you're going to hear it from his mouth. Now, he said he is receiving a lot of backlash because y'all don't know how to act clearly. But what you're not going to do is go over there and act ignorant, okay? You're going to go over there to that God-fearing man's profile and act like you got some respect, okay? He is God-fearing. I didn't tell you I was God-fearing. I will cuss you out, and I have, and I will continue to do so. We not on the same time, okay? But you'll go over there and be respectful to him. You should be respectful to everybody, but go over there and be respectful to him. He will tell you how things actually happen because there was some mispositioning of information based on the way that the sisters who told the story heard it, saw it, all that jazz. He is giving a first-person account of the story. Do keep in mind, my information went up before his did because a reputable news company should have had it correct and they did not. He does address that in his video. All right. Next time you get in somebody's comments, act like I'm standing in front of you, okay? You will not talk to me like that in front of me. I promise you, you won't. These comments got y'all God-fearing energy level up and you think you can run some stuff. Talk to me how you would if I was standing in front of you. All right? I don't get talked to like that in front of me because I give energy like I will cuss you out because I will. That's what I did. But go over there and get the correct information from him. Go over there and be respectful and learn how to act. Let's do better.
It's very clear that we are living in an era of misinformation where we take what we get and we judge by what we see instead of just waiting for a thorough investigation to be done or to hear from both sides of the story. In every story, there are different truths. Some believe there are more than two truths. For me personally, if the incident involves two people, there's the truth from person A, truth from person B, the whole truth, which is C. You have to listen to both of them and listen to what information that are consistent from all the contexts. And then from that, it can be done piece by piece, or it can be patched piece by piece in order to make a factual case from it. I can relate this case to the one that happened before, the Anthony and Metcalf situation, where instantly it would be easier to profile, a black man because over the years they would say that they are quick to resort to violence in situations like this, and they would easily be stereotyped for starting a fight, and that's how this black man ended up being profiled for this incident, and he did not even start it. That news network, I really thought that journalism is all about finding the truth, not just running the stories faster because you want the story to break out from you. It would be fair enough if these two people would be heard and then being given an equal interview and then the story to be heard, rather than just spreading a lot of misinformation and character damage. As of now, guys, the story is alleged. Nothing yet confirmed. There's still a court case running. But that's not the end of it. Let's continue listening.
I'ma tell y'all, that video off of Frontier Airlines, where that brother Keanu Evans tore that man out the frame, I ain't never been more proud of to be a black man in America in my life. And even on Mr. Evans, is it Keanu or Keanu? Even on Keanu or Keanu's page, Luis Rodriguez, we know he probably don't even like black people, swore that Keanu or Keanu, whatever his name is, was with the man. And I just like to say to Mr. Rodriguez, who gives two what you think, Mr. Rodriguez, because your homeboy got his ass tore out the frame and almost got his eye knocked out of whack. Or out the socket, as they say. Ooh, talk about a moment in time. I know so many people wish they had been on that flight with him. Y'all got to go over there and see what's going on. Mr. Evans was on his flight from Philadelphia to Miami, minding his business. And this man here, Mr. Swarmer Man, or whatever his name is, started with him doing chants behind his back or whatever he was doing in front of him and behind him. He was in close proximity to Keanu. Keanu tried his best to keep his cool, but that goddamn Swarmer mother kept picking. And in the words of my Uncle Darren that passed away, you keep picking it, I'm going to give you a licking. And that's exactly what Keanu did. He tore this motherfucker ass out the frame. And well, when the flight landed, they arrested the chicken swarmer man or whatever his name is. But wouldn't you know, the media goes with the narrative that Keanu was harassing the chicken swarmer man. Keanu has since posted videos from other people who were on the flight. 2 white women videotaped from their view what happened. The video I seen, Keanu was hitting that mother where it hurts. So that's about all I saw. But now Keanu has other footage from other places himself and other people showing what a man who they arrested and charged was with him. So I hope Keanu get him a lawyer and sue ABC, NBC, CBS, Disney, Netflix, Hulu, and anybody else who posts a video out of context. Good luck to you, Keanu. And on behalf of Black America, Uncle Darren proud of you. Keep up the good work.
I guess this is the perfect example of F around and find out. Not that I am not advocating for any sort of violence. I've said this in many videos before. I don't think violence is the case. I really do think that they should have settled the matter in a gentleman way. The airline officials would have gotten in there and intervened. I think they did so in the flight because when the airplane landed, the culprit was taken into custody. So I think they did their part. But yeah, you get it. Like, violence is always not the case. People should sort out, minor things like seats and things. I understand if Mr. Evans was being profiled given a racial rhetoric, then it definitely spooked him and he behaved that way and he had to defend himself. I've literally read some articles saying that that guy also threatened him or something, that he wanted to beat him up or something. Now is the time to listen to Mr. Evans himself and see from his perspective.
Don't judge a situation until you know all of the details. I saw a viral video of a Frontier flight where a gentleman named Keanu Evans was in a fight with some other gentlemen. And of course, you run to the comments and everybody's saying how terrible that is. And they're indicting and making comments against Keanu Evans. But then if you just go and look up the story, you find out that Keanu Evans is not the one to be blamed here. The other gentleman was the one who was charged. He was making life-threatening threats against Keanu Evans. He tried to call for the attendant. The attendant was not attendant. And so the other gentleman was forehead to forehead with him, took him by the throat. He ended up practicing self-defense. So before you just go running to comments or making videos of your own and trying to make somebody look bad in a particular light, you should probably get all the details first.
I would like to take the time to clarify a few things. I'm getting many comments like the one above of people saying that I provoked that man during the flight. First thing first. Good Morning America, ABC News, they have the narrative wrong. That's not the truth. They didn't take the time to ask any witnesses who were close by and actually witnessed the real thing, what happened. They interviewed the two girls who were at the front of the flight who videotaped what happened from a distance, whose video went viral. They interviewed them. They didn't even see what happened. All they saw was the aftermath. They seen and heard commotion going on in the back, and then they start recording their phone after we're fighting. And you guys want to go with that narrative. I've been getting a lot of hate speech. I've been getting a lot of negative comments, but I'm also getting an overwhelming amount of support. And for everybody who does support and is taking the time to go down the rabbit hole and find the truth, thank you. ABC, Good Morning America, I wish you guys would reach out and actually get the true story. There's plenty of witnesses who were around me in the vicinity, and they posted their own testimony to social media, and it aligns with the story that I told WSVN and what happened. I was the one who got out of my seat and went to the restroom. I was the one who told the flight attendants about the disturbed man who was sitting behind me, because I was in the front seat and he was in the back seat, and I informed them that this man is giving me threats and he's saying things to me. Before I even got up out of my seat, I had my headphones on. I'm listening to music. I'm looking outside of the window, admiring the sunset, and I hear somebody faintly laughing behind me. I can't hear it that loud because my headphones are on, but he was laughing that loud that I could hear him faintly in my headphones. I thought it was just a normal person watching a movie on their phone, some kind of funny movie, and I paid it no mind. But the two young women who were sitting next to me, they kept breaking their neck to look back to see what he was laughing at and what was wrong with the guy. And after they multiple times kept looking back, it made me a little worried, so I took my headphones off and I looked at them, and they looked at me with concern about the person behind me. I turn around and I ask the guy, "Are you good?" And he starts doing that villainous laugh again. Ha 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 ha. You're nothing but a weak man, a mortal man, a puny man. Like, he's saying things like that to me, nobody else, to me. I didn't even know this guy was behind me the entire flight. I just start laughing about it because I think it's funny. I'm like, what's wrong with this crazy guy? Why is he talking to me like that? I just get up. I'm like, I go to the restroom and the flight attendants are right there. So I say, hey guys, there's a disturbed, deranged man behind me. He's giving me things like death threats and stuff like that. I'm just letting you know that, if he puts his hands on me, like, I'm gonna defend myself. I tell them that. They're like, it's okay. We basically already know about what's going on. They let me know that they were aware of him. And they told me to go back to my seat and press the button if he continues. So I do just that. I walk back to my seat. As I'm sliding back through the aisle to get to 18F, which is where I was sitting, he's jawing off at me again. Oh, you weak man. You go to the restroom and you're looking at yourself in the mirror because you're just a weak man. If you challenge me, it will lead to your death and your destruction. He's saying evil things like this to me. And as soon as he starts jawing off again, I just get up, I press the button, and I turn around and I question him. I said, yo, what's your problem? You know, I'm not with any of that demonic stuff that you have going on. And he gets up immediately. He puts his forehead on my forehead, face to face, and he grabs me with both of his hands and he starts to choke me. You guys are saying things, oh, if you're a man of God, why didn't you use your words? Why didn't you rebuke him? What would you do if you were in a confined space on an aircraft and another stranger you don't know stands up and starts to choke you? I defended myself. I did what any rational person would do. Okay? I genuinely concerned for this man, Ashan. Whatever demon, whatever situation he was going through, I pray that man gets the help that he needs, because that is not okay. When is it okay to put your hands on another human being on a flight for no reason, unprovoked? I did nothing to him. I was minding my business the entire time. I was prepared for all the racist comments and the hate speech and things like that, and honestly, it doesn't faze me. The only thing that upsets me is that these news outlets are reporting false narratives and everybody is starting to run with it and believe it. Take the time. Go to WSVN on Instagram. Go on YouTube. Go to WSVN and search the news and listen to the story. There's a young woman named Melissa who was on the flight and she was helping break up the fight. She was right there when everything happened, and she tells the entire story on her Instagram. I will tag her Instagram in the comments. Go watch it for yourself. Don't believe everything the news puts out. They just put out silly narratives without having the real truth behind the entire story. Thank you to everybody who's supported me. Thank you to everybody who's reached out to me with encouragement. You guys have been nothing but uplifting through this entire experience. Everything in my life just changed overnight, all because of this one incident. I don't condone violence. I don't condone things like that, but I also don't believe it's okay for another man to attack another man unprovoked. I don't believe in that. And I believe you have every right to defend yourself, and that's exactly what I did. You know, a lot of people want to hear more about the story and they want to know what's going on, but I'm honestly getting tired of this. Every day I've waken up and it's been more and more and more commotion and more people reaching out to me, and it's just getting overwhelming. So this is the last thing I'm just going to post about this story. I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys want something more in depth, then I may post something on YouTube at some point, but just stay connected to me. Follow my page, like my page, subscribe to my page, subscribe to my YouTube, whatever the case may be, if you're looking for more. But right now, I just need some time and some space. So hey, God bless you guys and take care.
This is a classic example of how the mainstream media has fallen off recently. They just want to push that story. They want the views. They want the clicks. You know how mainstream media nowadays, people are not trusting or people are not watching them. So they want to be fast to break news that are completely green so that as many people can visit their page and view. They end up pushing narratives like this and end up damaging the image of another person. Like for instance, the case of Evans here. I believe his character has been really damaged because so so many people know this story. I myself don't know even who Mr. Evans is, but right now I'm talking about him. That means that that story has spread to a lot of people, not only in the US but all over the world. That is a case of if Mr. Evans here wanted to file for a defamation case, I really do think that would be grounds for it. And also I want to speak about the witnesses. If you ever witnessed an incident and you're not sure about it, please do not give an account that you know very well that is false, or you know very well that you cannot verify. Just speak on things that you saw. Like I believe the first two witnesses who recorded from the back, they just heard from what they saw on their cell phone and gave an account from that, which did not give a good perspective because the guy who attacked was behind Mr. Evans, and so these two witnesses who recorded were back, so they did not see what was happening from Mr. Evans' context. And these are the ones that went to the news, they were interviewed and gave their account, and the media ran with that.